Hello everyone. Now we'll see a third program in web programming lab. So the question goes like this: write a JavaScript code that displays a text saying text growing with increasing font size in interval of 100 milliseconds. That should be in red color. And when the font size reaches 50 point, it displays a text says text shrinking in blue color. And this font size has to be decreased to 5 point. So now we'll see the HTML document which performs this. So as we know, HTML document should have the structure where you need to have an HTML within which we need to have a body section. Under body section, since we are writing our entire computation within a JavaScript, the body section contains only a center tag that should be identified by an ID attributes which takes a value called message, and this is a blank element HTML element where we will input the data at the in a JavaScript function. So now we'll see a JavaScript function. This function is placed in a script tag, and this script tag is in turn placed in a head section of an HTML document. So script, as we already know, script tag should have an attribute called type with a value text/JavaScript, which is a MIME for a Java required for JavaScript. Here we declared 4 variables and initialized with the font sizes. Initially, since it should begin with a font size 5. So here we have a variable begin text size initialized with 5 and end text size initialized with 50, and another variables which should specify the font size should begin with 50 and 5 respectively. And this statement, in the statement we are using a method called setInterval. SetInterval is a JavaScript timing event. This method will take 2 parameters. The first parameter is the name of the function. Second parameter is the time in milliseconds. So this set interval will execute this specified function after waiting for specified milliseconds. So in this example, it calls a grow function after waiting for 1000 milliseconds. So it calls a function function called grow function. So in a function, JavaScript function named as grow function, we are checking for a font size. Initially, it should be 50 font size, and it should keeps be 5, and it should increase the font size by 5 until it reaches to 50. So here we have used if loop. In if loop, we are checking for a condition whether the font size reach to 50. Initially, we know the begin font size variable will have a value 5, and comparing whether it reaches 50, which is placed in a variable end text size. So then we have an object called document.getElementById. Document.getElementById either sets or returns a HTML content, or it can be a style also. In this example, they have specified style. So it sets or returns the HTML element based on the ID. So if ID of an HTML element matches with the ID of the value whatever you have given here, will be set with the assigned value. In this example, we have set the font size of a given text with the begin text size. Initially, it is 5. Similarly, we have changed the color also. So style.color is equal to red. And we are also displaying the text here. The text we need to display here is text growing. That should be assigned to inner HTML. And in each and every iteration, we need to increase the font size by 5. Once it reaches to 50, now we need to change the color of the text to blue, and also change the text to text shrinking. So that is what we have done in else loop here. In else, again we are checking whether the font size reaches to 5. Now it is 50. The font size of the given text is 50, and decrement every time by 5 in this loop. Once it reaches to 50, come out of the loop. So again, in a similar way how we have done in the initial loop, again use document.getElementById which specifies the ID of the center tag here, that is message. So dot style dot font size, change the font size to text1. Initial value of text1 is 50, and then change the color to blue, and then text shrinking. So this loop will repeat until the font size decreased to 5, and this function will be executed after every 1000 milliseconds. So let us see the output for this document here. So open a browser and give the specified URL. Since the program name is 3.html, so once you execute it, this is the output which we are seeing here. Text growing, it grows in a font size with an increment of 5. As soon as it reaches to a 50, it shrinks by changing its color, and the text says text shrinking until it reaches to a font size 5. Thank you.